So I came across this really interesting tweet the other day. It's essentially this VTuber talking about how some other VTubers feel isolated or how difficult it is to like reach out and make friends and do collabs and things like that. And it's something I've been thinking about myself. I feel like there's this current, I don't know how to say it, there's like this current vibe going on where people are kind of like scared to talk to one another as far as content creation goes, because every day it feels like something, weird is happening. Somebody's coming out about being like a weirdo or just being a jerk. There's like a lot of like drama when it comes to that type of thing recently. And I feel like it's starting to get to people where they're kind of afraid to try and collab and work with different people because you never know. It's just like a lot of doubts people are having with one another in this space. And it's kind of sad to see because not only in content creation, but in life in general, it's my personal belief that there's really no benefits to being an antisocial person. Like, I understand reaching out and talking to people, making friends can be scary and it can be hard for a lot of people. And for some people it's easier and it's what they enjoy doing. I get that. But when it comes to life and content creation, you should really do your best to kind of interact with other people, right? Now, I'm not saying everybody you come in contact with needs to be you need to be besties with that person. Like, sometimes it's just a business thing. Maybe you just want to create content with somebody you look up to, make a video or stream with, once in a while. Like, that's fine. You don't have to be best friends with everybody in this sphere, right? I don't want to peg everybody like this, but it definitely seems a lot more like clout chasey in some regards. Maybe that's why people are afraid to reach out with other people, because they don't know if they're just being used or not. I think a lot of people could just be more upfront about what they want from a collab, and it'll make things a lot easier. Like I said, don't go into collab thinking you're going to be besties with this person forever. So let's get to this tweet. This VTuber said they felt compelled to write about folks feeling isolated in the VTuber scene for some reason. I really wish I could have made everyone afraid of each other. Unfortunately, you must do this yourself. And this is what I'm saying. Like, it's really, it's a scary thing to reach out to people that you don't know or you've never had to interact with. Like, that's something scary to do IRL, I could only imagine it's even more of a scary thing to do online to somebody who you've never even seen before. So I get that angle for sure. I don't know if I'm going to read this whole thing. I might just paraphrase, or I might just edit the video where I'm just cutting around real quick, right? Seeing a lot from VTuber folks feeling isolated in the community and wanting to be friend circles lately. And I don't know how to say this without being blunt and feeling offensive, but most of y'all's conclusions about others are coming directly from your fear of what people will think of you, and it's going to prevent you from getting this thing that you want. That's what I'm saying. Sometimes you gotta you ever watch the Spider-Man movies, the Spider-Verse movies? It's literally just a leap of faith sometimes. Like, obviously people aren't always going to say yes, and that's fine. You can't let that discourage you. It is what it is, right? Not everybody is meant to interact with everyone, or maybe everyone doesn't mesh well. It's fine. There are gonna be people out there who are going to say yes, and most of the time the people that say yes are probably a better fit for the type of content you make anyway. I know some of y'all, don't reach out first. I know y'all are afraid to DM each other. I know you're hoping an extroverted VTuber will just adopt you so you don't have to risk rejection from putting in the effort. I know you think that person doesn't like you. I've talked to them and they're just afraid of being disliked by you. I've seen it every time, so many times, from streamers of all sizes. Yeah, I absolutely agree with this. I see where they're coming from with this. You get in this situation where nobody's reaching out to each other because everybody's afraid of what the next person is going to say about them or how they view a person. It's like, you can't live your life like that. Again, this doesn't just apply to VTubing. It applies to life in general. You can't live your life worrying so much about somebody not liking you, because it is what it is. Not everybody is going to like you. You still have to take that leap of faith and try anyway, because you'll never know. It's like asking somebody out on a date or whatever. Plenty of people are going to say no. It is what it is, but you still have to risk that chance of them saying no, because they might say yes. You never know, man. And you might be better off trying it. And you grow as a person every time you can look somebody in the face or reach out to somebody and ask them for something, and regardless of the answer, you still did it. You'll grow as a person every time, and it becomes easier each time, at least in my opinion. I know you've all had bad experiences with bad people in the scene, and I'm not trying to tell your fears and emotions aren't real and valid after what y'all went through, but you cannot let that stop you from unlearning the same of wanting to connect with somebody. That's what I said earlier. There's bad actors everywhere. You can't let that scare you off from trying to make friends or trying to do collabs, because you'll end up not doing anything at all. And I want to say that I personally have not done any collabs with anybody, and I have no interest in doing that, because I'm still trying to figure myself out as a creator, the type of creator I want, content I want to make, and just like in general trying to see what direction I want to go, right? I don't feel like I'm ready to be in a position to start reaching out to people and trying to get collabs going and things like that. I'm not really there yet. Personally, I don't feel ready for that. But eventually when I get there, I am going to be reaching out to people that I want to work with. But I think everybody is on a different, a different timeline when it comes to that. So be wary of where you currently are in your current season of content creation, because I do think that's also a big factor. If you're just someone just starting out, obviously you shouldn't be reaching out to these content creators who are way bigger than you. Maybe find someone who's more of your size and start there. It's easier to do that. And like I said, I'm not going to read this whole thing. If you want to read the whole thing, I think I'll probably, if I remember, I'll link the original tweet, or you can just read it off of here, but I'll link the original tweet in the description if you want to check that out. But I agree with just about everything this person is saying when it comes to reaching out and trying to do collabs with people. You just got to take that chance. You got to take that leap of faith. It is what it is. It can be scary, but you're better off at least trying and having somebody say no than never even taking that shot at all, because you never know what could happen. Anyway, that's all I really wanted to say on this topic. I came across a tweet, like I said, and it really hit home because it was something that I've been thinking about, because I do see it personally when I'm going through Twitter or just like online in general in this space. I see a lot of people saying they feel lonely in this space and they don't know how to make friends. And I have a sneaky suspicion a lot of people just are scared to reach out. And the only thing I can say is you have to get over it, and you have to at least try, right? But that's just my 2 cents on this situation. That's going to be it for this video. Thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you next one.